Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today, we are going to review the Deadhead IPA from Destihl Brewing out of Normal, Illinois.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. The links are below in the description. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and come say hey in Discord. We'd love to see you there. I've got Andy in the attic and Jay in his Hopped Up Beer Review shirt. What are we drinking today, boys?
Today, we're going to Normal, Illinois, and we're going to have Destihl Brewing's Deadhead IPA. It's a West Coast style. Let's crack it and go.
Let's do it.
What's the name of that guy who did the intro here?
Did the intro.
He's under Mifflin shirt? I don't know. He didn't introduce himself.
I'm Ben.
Yeah.
The man that needs no introduction.
So I've had several of these in their series. It's more of a kind of Deadhead, Grateful Dead type series. Andy, you want to
give a little info?
Ooh.
Yeah, Ben, this one might be a little rough for you, buddy.
I smell hops.
60 IBUs, 6.9%.
Smells good. Look,
Again.
I'm all hopped up.
Like you said, I'll tell you what. Let's get some down the gullet
very
first.
flavorful.
Mate.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Man,
Definitely is a West Coast.
definitely. Definitely bitter. Extremely bitter.
Yeah, and dank.
You got the dank.
Like it.
Yeah. I can't get past I can't get past the bitter.
Oh, poor Destihl Brewery.
Man. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that like this a lot.
There's Jay, of course, likes this.
I love it.
It's going to be the biased review is coming in. I think we have some more from Destihl that we need to review so we can redeem ourselves after this.
Yes, we have a pickle beer.
The pickle beer, yes.
from Destihl. So
this is, they have a whole Deadhead IPA series. They cover everything from certain ones that they're all IPAs, but they'll have different names like Extended Jam or Haze of the Dead or Touch of Haze. This one is just what they call, I guess, the West Coast style.
Deadhead, yeah.
But
so they're all the Deadhead IPAs, and then they'll just name them something different. Is that what you're saying?
Typically, that's what they do.
So it's a Deadhead IPA series, and then West Coast style. I see. Okay, yeah, because in the parentheses when I was on their website, it put West Coast style.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, for this particular one.
Well, this has got 4 hops in it. Ben, you may want to remember these for future reference when you're looking at beers. Citra, Chinook, Columbus, and Simcoe. Might be the Chinook and Columbus that might be taking you over. And Pilsner malts and honey malts.
That's good.
It's pretty tasty. Yeah, you can definitely get that citrus out of it. Or the citra.
Where?
I don't think
Yeah.
Where is that? It's all lost in the bitter for me, personally. Destihl does make actually a lot of really good sours too.
They do.
They have a good line of sours. So I've had several of those. So yeah, they have some neat stuff for sure. And you gotta love the can art, on this one. And you see it on the graphic here that we've got. It's just really cool can art.
Ben, do you want to go ahead? You've hardly had anything. Should you have some more so you can get a thorough
bottoms
review?
up, Ben?
I think my score is pretty well locked in at this point.
I found you get less bitter if you take a bigger gulp faster.
Is that what you found?
Try it. You know,
I've seen the bitter is calming down. It's like other things we have. When for that first sip or two is, man, it really punches you. We did the Funk Farm recently, the big bottle here behind me, and that I remember it just being really tart the first sip or two, and then it kind of calms down a little bit, and the other flavors come through. So I'm starting to get to that point. The bitter is still really strong on this one.
Either that or it just mutes those taste buds.
Could be, but it's. I don't. Bitters again. The thing I look for the least, or the thing I like the least in the beer. I don't remember one being quite this bitter for me. I'm not saying I haven't had one. I just off the top of my head.
Snake Handler was.
I was gonna say, yeah, Snake Handler was up there. There's one or two that you've had that they pushed the envelope there.
This one just lingers so long. It's
just you've mentioned that before for others, so it's a good thing you have a poor memory.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing for the show.
That's why the breweries probably like that you have a poor memory. You'll keep coming back and buying it. It's like, dang, I don't like this one. I keep forgetting.
All right, so we ready to? You want me to go first? Is that what you
do? It. Yeah, let's see.
All right. So yeah, bitter is way up there. It's going to be my least favorite aspect of a beer. Just not my thing. So for me, and I have a hard time getting anything else out of it, honestly. It's a 5.5 for me. It's just too bitter. It just lingers for too long. There's no balance to it to balance out the bitter for me. And,
that's actually higher than I thought you would give it.
Other people like that, I'd drink it again. I don't have any aversion to it necessarily, but I'm not going to reach for
it. Okay.
All right, Andy.
I'll finish it. This is not a spicy pickle monster. I'm going to pour down the sink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, don't do that.
Andy, I've actually had this one before.
Yeah.
So
this tastes, this is West Coast IPA. When you think of a West Coast IPA, you think of something that tastes like this. You got the only thing that, would make it even more West Coast if it had more of a like piney or resin taste to it. Yeah. But I like that you can get that little citrus, taste like an IPA has, and you've got that little bitter finish on it, but to me, it's not so overpowering. And I would definitely have this guy again. I'll give it a 7.5.
I think, just to jump in again real quick, I think I'd welcome a little more piney, with this. I think it would mute some of that bitter a little bit. Maybe that's because I've had West Coast IPAs that I like. Not a lot, but I've had some. So anyway, this one is not up there on my list.
Well, it is up on my list. So I like this. I like the beers that they do in their Deadhead series. I always have. I've had this one before, and so I have a feeling I know how I rated it, but I haven't checked that. So I will say this is an 8 for me. I enjoy it. I like the dank. I like the bitter. I didn't for years, Ben. I couldn't stand IPAs. I remember the first time I had a sip of Bell's Two Hearted. I don't know why it stands out to me, but I was like, this is just awful. Why in the world would anybody ever want to drink it? And now it's a great beer. I love to go to and drink it. My taste just kind of changed over time for more of the IPAs, and now I'm even more into the sours like you. I don't know, kind of one of those over time. I think all of our taste buds kind of change, and whatever style you like. There are people that don't like IPAs, and I get that. So, but yeah, it's an 8 all day for me.
Well, we've mentioned this before. I think that's one of the reasons when we first started talking about doing the show, that our beer palates kind of line up, I think, really well to do a show like this, because again, I'm IPAs are not my favorite. They're the ones out there I definitely like and love, but it's not the style that I'm reaching for the most. You're on the opposite end of the spectrum. That's your favorite. And Andy's just, he's anywhere and everywhere.
He's
So
middle. He's a middle of the road
I'm-
kind of guy. I mean,
I'm
he
a
does
mess.
it
I'm all
all.
over the place.
yeah. So
I mean, Andy could do the show by himself, but we're just window dressing.
I'm an adapter.
Yeah.
I just chameleon. Maybe I don't know. I'm just a mess.
I second that. All right, that will give us a 7 flat for the Deadhead IPA West Coast style from Destihl Brewery out of Normal, Illinois. Be sure to check it out. It's definitely, if you like IPAs, you like West Coast, this is a good one to pick up. Give it a shot. They've obviously got some others in this series, as we talked about. So give them a try and let us know what you think about them. Again, if you've made it this far, please be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. Let us know how we're doing in the comments or on social media. Come say hey in Discord. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.